I mean, this one is a great example of a statement piece. I mean, it works really well, as a lot of these can be extravagant pieces, but it still does emanate an air of sophistication. Hello world, Prince here, and welcome to my channel, Gentlemen and Scholars, where we discuss life, style, personal development, and so much more. So if you're new to the channel, definitely consider taking a look around, liking and subscribing, as it helps the channel to grow, it helps the algorithm, and helps us to facilitate that strong community. All right, so for today's topic, we're going to be going over the 9 basic suit types. We're going to give a little background and share some insight. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into the content. Alright, so the reason why it's really important to know your different suit types is because different suits apply for different occasions. So it's just good to know, just to have a base of reference. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into the 9 different types. Just to preface and give a brief disclaimer, there are way more than 9 types of suits. These are just the basic and most essential ones. So these are the ones that I really wanted to touch on. All right, so for suit type number 1, well, that one is going to be your notch lapel suit. So that is actually the one I'm wearing right now. So as you can see, there are little notches here, and that is what indicates that it's a notch lapel suit. This is actually going to be one of the easiest to point out because this is the one that probably 90% of men wear and really works in a wide variety of situations. You know, you can go to work in this, you can go to a formal event in this. So it's a really practical piece to have. I really like this suit as there's just so much that you can do with it. I mean, I am wearing it, but if I had to critique one thing, I would say that since 90% of men wear this suit, it can be a little difficult to stand out amongst the crowd. And that's where some of the other suits on the list can really come in handy. So continuing on our list for the 9 different suits, we're staying strictly on the lapels here. And the next lapel on the list is the shawl lapel. So I'll place a great example on the screen now. As you can see, there is no notch in the lapel. So it's just a smooth lapel all the way through. This suit is almost exclusively for more formal events, as you know, it just gives more of that elegant vibe. I mean, as you can see here, this is just a classy suit. It really does pull off the elegant aesthetic well. I mean, this is a piece that you're definitely going to want to dress up, as it is the epitome of class. But if I had to make one critique, it would be that it's so limited. I mean, you'll probably only wear this thing once or twice a year, unless you're James Bond and you attend formal events regularly. In that case, go ahead and get you one. So continuing on our list here, for suit type number 3, staying on our list of lapels, we have the peak lapel. So as you can see on the screen now, the peak lapel is a little bit different than your traditional notched lapel, as right below the collarbone, the lapel sort of pokes out a little bit. So it gives a more high-end aesthetic. I mean, this one is a great example of a statement piece. I mean, it works really well, as a lot of these can be extravagant pieces, but it still does emanate an air of sophistication. I mean, it's a great suit. I'm not sure I would wear it to the office, but it's definitely something that can be worn at formal events. So if you're looking to stand out, make a statement, but still look classy as well, then this is definitely the suit for you. So if I were to make one critique, it would be that it's such an attention-grabbing suit. And I mean, that sounds more like a compliment, but sometimes you might not be in the mood to grab all that attention. And that's where your notched lapel might come in handy. So really, all these suits are fantastic, but it really is just dependent upon the circumstance. But I mean, we're not done yet. Suit number 4 on our list of different suits, well, that one is going to be your double-breasted suit. So now we're getting into suit fits, and as you can see, the double-breasted suit comes across the torso and buttons in the front. I mean, when a double-breasted suit is tailored appropriately, this can really draw some eyes. Now, traditionally, this suit was sort of regulated to formal events only, but now as time has changed, it's being more and more widely accepted, being worn casually. Now, it's not something that I would go to for the office, but it is something that I could wear casually. The only downside that I would say to this suit is that you really can't wear it open, which is kind of a big drawback for me. Let's say it gets a little toasty in there. You have no way of really regulating that except taking the jacket off altogether. But all in all, I think it's a great suit, and I definitely recommend it for any mature man's wardrobe. So for suit type number 5, we have your single-breasted suit. So again, this is the suit type that I'm wearing right now. It's either going to have 1, 2, or 3 buttons along the seam of the suit. And what's nice is they tend to work really well to give you that V sort of look. This is sort of a staple that can be easily found in most stores, so definitely make sure that you add this to your collection as well. So another suit type to mention as well is going to be the unstructured suit. So essentially with the unstructured suit, the padding has been removed from the inside of the suit. This is what allows for that more comfortable fit, which is great if you're trying to go for that more casual aesthetic. These suits are great, like I said, for more casual events and also semi-formal events. You know, those events that are not exactly formal, but you don't want to come in a polo either. In this case, it'll definitely be ideal to throw on an unstructured blazer. So for suit type number 7, now we're getting into the different vent types. That is going to be your single vent. So when I say vent type, I mean the amount of latches in the back that allows for, in most cases, a more comfortable fit. So for the single vent suit, you guessed it, there's one vent in the suit. So this really doesn't mean much of anything. It's really up to preference and what you feel fits more comfortably. But one thing to note is if you don't have your hands in your pocket and the latches are split apart, that means that you have gotten the wrong fit. So this is definitely something that you're going to want to pay attention to. And then next up for suit style number 8, well, you have your double vent suit. So this suit type can be really nice as it can provide for a more slimmer silhouette. So it's definitely something to consider when you are picking out your suits. And what's really nice is that the middle flap in the back can prevent creasing on the suit. So I mean, these are small details, but they really do make a big difference. And lastly, suit type number 9, you have your no vent suit. So as the name implies, this suit has no vent, and really it can make for an elegant custom fit. This is a suit style that is popular in Italy and can be seen on a lot of tuxedos. The only drawback with these suits is because there's no vent. This can cause for a lot of bunching and creasing when you're sitting down. So it definitely can create a great silhouette, but those are just a few things to consider. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. If you do have any questions for me, definitely feel free to give a shout, like, definitely subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That is extremely important. And definitely let me know down below what you guys are thinking about this one. You know that I touch on the main suit types, that I leave any key ones out. Definitely let me know down below. Until next time, gentlemen and scholars.